Welcome to your Yin Yoga practice in the forest of Aitun. For the next 20 minutes, we have a beautiful opportunity to sit still with ourselves and connect to the bigger picture. To put our to-do lists and worries to the side. To not check out, but rather check in. To ask ourselves, how am I doing? In what ways have I closed my heart? Am I afraid of opening up and being myself? What can I learn about myself or my emotions during this practice? Remember that this is your time, your well-being, your sacred space, and your body is the teacher. I am only the guide, and ultimately, your body will teach you what feels right and what is too much. So listen and connect to your breath. If you're ready, join me beside a beautiful river as we check in, stretch it out, and begin opening our hearts and minds. Let's begin our Yin practice by coming into easy pose, placing the hands on the heart, and coming back to our intention for this beautiful day, opening my heart. As we continue to reflect on this intention, let's move one hand to the belly and place the other over our heart. We're going to practice our 3-part breath by inhaling into the belly, followed by the rib cage, and finally the chest. Exhale in the opposite way, beginning by releasing the air in the chest, the rib cage, and then the belly. Keep breathing like this, feeling the sensations that arise. Feel the calm come over you. Relax and breathe. Come back to your normal breath as we move to all fours and begin to move our body. In all fours, we're going to do our cat-cow. And you can find a lot of movement in the spine here by coming more forward and a bit more backwards, or just staying wrists below the shoulders, whatever feels best for you. Inhale as you look up, and exhale as you look down. And then we're just going to roll the spine from side to side, going the opposite direction. And let's bring the belly to the mat. We're going to find our frog pose, Mandukasana. Let's grab the right foot with our right hand, bringing the heel to the glutes. And let's switch legs. Left hand grabs the left foot, stretching out the quad, remembering to breathe. And let's lift up into our Lotus Pose, lifting as high as we can and release the forehead to the mat. Taking a quick break here. And let's lift up onto our knees. And we're going to find our tiger pose. We're going to lift the right foot and grab it with the left hand, lifting up as high as you can, arching the back, and release down. Switching sides, left leg lifts, right hand reaches back, lifting up, pushing into the hand, arching the back, and release. Coming into child's pose for a quick counter pose. Breathe here. And let's come forward, lifting up into downward facing dog. going to come into our three-legged dog. Right leg lifts up. And finding our pigeon, the knee comes between the hands. Resting down into our pigeon pose. Try to square off your hips. Your right foot can be as close to your body as it needs to be. It doesn't have to be parallel to the mat. Just find what is comfortable for you while at the same time challenging your flexibility. Let's take a deep breath here and exhale, feeling the stretch in the glutes, the hip opening, the muscles and tendons relaxing, the myofascia stretching and releasing, allowing you to relax even deeper. If this becomes challenging and you hear your mind telling you to come out, instead, come back to your breath. And exhale, let's lift up. Three-legged dog, downward dog, and let's flow it out. Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, moving right into our pigeon pose on the other side, squaring off the hips, making any adjustments you need to, and then coming down as low as you can to challenge your flexibility, but at the same time respecting your limits. Coming back to our deep breathing, relaxing, and letting go. When you're ready, let's lift up. Coming back into our three-legged dog. Move forward to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and sit back to child's pose. Breathing deeply. And let's lift up to downward facing dog once again. Right leg lifts up again, like we're coming into our pigeon pose again, but this time we're going to work on our mermaid pose, our river mermaid pose, since we're at the river. And let's grab the left foot with the left hand, reaching behind you. You can use a prop. I have a rock, so I'm going to put it underneath my right hip to give me a little bit of lift. And I'm going to tuck the toes into my left elbow and grab the left hand with the right hand in our mermaid pose. So no matter where you are in this position, focus on opening up the chest. Imagine love and light shining out from your heart as you open and share it with those around you. And now let's release. Lifting up into our three-legged dog and coming forward, flowing it out, meeting back in downward facing dog. And we're going to switch to the other side. Left leg lifts and comes in between the hands. Again, placing your prop underneath your left hip this time. Grabbing the right foot with the right hand or elbow. You can just stay here, or you can grab your right hand with your left hand. Arching the back, feeling the muscles contracting to find more release in the front body. Open up. If it feels right, open even further and feel the joy that comes in that moment and that sensation when we finally let go and enjoy the beautiful benefits of opening our heart. Let's release, lifting up into three-legged dog yet again, and we're going to flow it out, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's place the knees onto the mat and sit back into child's pose. And coming back into downward facing dog. Breathing here, and let's flow it out. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Sitting back again to child's pose. Breathing into the lower back. And let's come to seated on our mat. And we're going to release the back to the mat, knees come into the chest, and extend the right leg out. Left knee is coming into the chest, maybe rock it back and forth. And let's switch legs. Left leg is extended, rocking the right knee to the left and to the right slightly, opening up the hip. Breathing into the stretch. And let's lift up into our bridge pose by pushing into our feet that are placed onto the mat. Your hands can be pushing into the mat on either side of your body, or you can bind them underneath you. And let's breathe into this position, squeezing the glutes, breathing deeply, lifting, and release back down. And if you would like to, we can practice wheel pose here by coming onto the crown of the head and then lifting up through the shoulders. You can walk your feet in slightly. And if this is not accessible to you today, that's perfectly fine. You can just continue to practice bridge pose, which is another back bend. Let's just hold here as long as we can, lifting, squeezing the glutes, and to release, I'm just going to bring the head down first and then the back, moving slowly. Let's come into a ball, squeezing the knees to the chest and releasing down. We're going to practice our bridge pose again, or the wheel, whichever you prefer in this moment, whatever feels best for your body. We want to stretch out our back. We want to find this beautiful back bend. And let's release down slowly, coming into a little ball again. Maybe rocking to the left and to the right. Let's extend our right leg again. And we're going to bring the left knee over the right leg, stretch out the left arm, looking towards that left arm in our supine spinal twist. Let's breathe here. You can bring a block or a pillow under the knee if it doesn't touch the floor, or just let it hover. Find what's comfortable for you. Feel how the twisting sensation also allows you to feel this openness which we have been cultivating, especially when we release the twist. Breathing here and just relaxing into this pose. And let's move to the other side, coming to center, switching legs, right knee to the chest, left leg extended, and the right knee is going to move over the left leg in our supine spinal twist. Right arm is stretched out. The gaze is following that arm. And we're breathing, feeling the incredible release in this posture. Inhale and exhale, coming to center. We're going to come into our banana stretch. So moving the hips to the left side of the mat or the right, whichever you prefer. And then the hands and the feet go to the opposite side. So we're just kind of making a banana shape with our body. Breathing in to the left side of the body. Relax. Let go of any tension you may feel. And let's move to the opposite side. Hips come to the right side. Feet and hands come to the left. Just making that shape with the body. Breathing in to the right side. And just relaxing here. Breathe deeply. Coming back to center, stretching out to opposite sides of the mat, and then knees come to the chest, rocking back and forth maybe, and then we're going to release into our Savasana. Feet relax, arms and hands are relaxed to the sides of our body. Your heart is open. Even if there is just the tiniest crack in the door, that is progress. Remember that this is a journey, and when we commit just a small portion of our day to working on ourselves, we are doing wonderful things for the mind and body. In this moment, allow yourself to melt into the mat and in exchange, absorb the wonderful sensations that come with this posture. Be in this present moment. Allow your thoughts to come and go. Breathe. Let go. Time to begin to come back to our body. Let's move the fingers and toes, stretching to opposite sides of the mat, and then coming to one side, coming into a seated position, hands over to the heart, and take this moment to be grateful for making time for yourself and finding the courage to open your heart. Thank you. Namaste.